Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Beers, Wines and Spirits video. Not a review today, well not at the moment anyway. Obviously the pubs got shut last night. Last night at the pubs, the beer aisles rammed to heaven. If it wasn't bad enough already, it just compels it to be even worse. So, reason why for this video, for the vast majority of you out there, now's a good time to start brewing your own wine. It's so easy. I can't tell you how easy it is. So, let me show you what I've got planned. So, first things first, you need a fermentation bucket. I can't show you because it's in my kitchen, brewing away. You go to somewhere like Wilko's, 10 or 12 quid, something like that anyway. Get yourself a bucket. You don't need masses of stuff. So you're going to have to get a fermentation bucket. Then you want to get yourself some yeast. Same again, Wilko's, I think it's £1.25 for enough for 5 gallons. So 25 litres. Otherwise 30 bottles. So that's something to think about. The initial cost is a little bit higher. But once you've done a couple of brews, you're brewing at a silly price. So, obviously, I went out in the last couple of days. God! And I know you're not supposed to. I know they say don't overbuy, but the things I was buying, there was plenty of. So it wasn't like I was being an idiot. So I'm doing 3 brews. I've got apple juice wine, apple juice for one of the brews. Now with that, I'm going to use 6 kilos of sugar. You can get away with 4, but using 6, it ups the alcohol content. So that there cost me the grand total of about £3.90, £4.90, about 7 or 8 quid. Add the yeast, it's basically under a tenner. Just. But obviously the cost of your fermentation bucket for the first time will add to that cost. You can actually buy plastic barrels, where is it? Like this. So you do the fermentation in the bucket and then you siphon it into the barrel. You know, setting up is the hardest thing. Once you've got the setup, you're laughing, you know. It's a great way to go on. Second on my list of kits is cherry juice wine. But instead of just doing cherry juice this time, I've also picked up some red grape juice. So I could only buy 3 of each. So I did. I stuck to what, you know, you could do. And because obviously you end up going to supermarkets looking for the essentials and you can't get anything. So I end up picking these up. Luckily there was plenty, so it's not like toilet rolls where God knows what the crack is with that. Obviously a lot of people are, you know, looking to shit themselves or something, I don't know. I mean, you can use kitchen towel to wipe your arse. And there's plenty of kitchen towel. So yeah. And again, that with the sugar, 6 kilos of sugar is going to cost you a tenner. I've also bought today from 2 different supermarkets again because I couldn't get them all from one. Orange juice. So 6 cartons of orange juice for orange juice wine. Obviously I'm going to use 6 bags of sugar with all of them. And all those brews will be going on very soon, in the next week. And the great thing is, you can do it. Once you've bought your starter kit, your fermentation bucket, you can reuse bottles, plastic bottles, wash them out, sterilise them, rinse them, and the prime for use. I'm going to do some videos this week because it's time that I redid a few. I've never done an apple juice wine brew. I've never done a cherry, and I've done cherry before and it turned out exquisite. But the red grape, and the last time I did cherry I only used 4 cartons. You can, if you're really on a budget, you can use 4 cartons, 4 bags of sugar. with any of these, and obviously yeast. But you still need your a bucket to brew it in, fermentation bucket. But it's a great way of getting wine at a silly price. And I've done orange wine before, orange juice wine, and that was amazing. That was absolutely bob on. It was really good. So I've got all the sugar that I need, probably a bit extra. I've got the yeast, so we're looking at, in the next week, cracking on. And if you've never brewed before, come back to the channel. I'll do daily updates and let's see how it goes. You don't need stabiliser, you don't need finings because that strips the taste anyway. Stabiliser, the thing with stabiliser with juice wines, if all the sugars don't get fermented out by the yeast, sometimes that'll be a little bit sugary. But then what then happens is you barrel that up or bottle it up, whichever you want to do. It then turns into a fizzy, sparkly wine. So, and a little bit less, not as high alcohol content, but still a decent wine. I mean, I've had some really good ones. Pomegranate juice was the most recent one I did. And I've also done blueberry. And both of them turned out really well, especially towards the end, once they've matured. The great thing about doing juice wines is, it's so damn cheap. 30 pence a bottle, once you've got your kit. And obviously reuse all your plastic bottles. I'm sure lots of people have got pop bottles. And yeah, just a very easy way of brewing. Two weeks to brew in a warm kitchen. A week in a kitchen, bubbling away, and do it in a warm room. And well, they're not in the front room, obviously. Yeah, and within a couple of weeks, you'll be drinking wine. And obviously, if things get tough, and God knows what's going to happen with this bloody coronavirus, but if things get really tough, and there's no booze anywhere when you go to the shops, because all the idiots have been buying it in such bulk, doing it this way is a great way to save money and drink some nice strong wine. Right, in a few days I'll be cracking on with this, but for now, thanks for watching. See you soon.